Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez recently made fun of White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller, as well as other insecure MAGA men. Here's that video from her Instagram on Sunday.
They are scrapping and grasping at straws because they have nothing else. Laugh at them. Stephen Miller is a clown. I've never seen that guy in real life, but he looks like he's like 4'10", and he looks like he is angry about the fact that he's 4'10", and he looks like he is so mad that he is 4'10", that he's taking that anger out at any other population possible. Shout out to our short kings. Someone said not short king, short troll. That's correct. There's a difference.
Laugh at them. Laugh at them. You know what? Awesome. Yeah, I support that. This is, funny enough, this is actually what Tim Walz started out doing. Like, making fun of them, calling them weird, laughing at them. And he was actually told not to do that anymore by Democratic consultants during the Harris campaign. So, yeah, they muzzled Tim Walz. Okay? And it's interesting because that actually worked. Okay? It actually worked. Laughing at insecure, weird right-wingers works. Because here's the thing. These people, these authoritarians on the right, want nothing more than to make us afraid, okay? And to stop us from speaking out. Because they're actual weak people. Because strong people do not try to, keep other people down, okay? They don't try to do that. They don't try to silence people or keep other people down, okay? They don't use, overwhelming strength to keep others from achieving. They don't do that. You don't do that if you're a secure person, okay? And so when she talks about insecure masculinity, she's onto something, okay? Real masculinity is not what the right claims it is, okay? For one, it's not toxic, right? Real masculinity does not require you to prove how masculine you are to other people. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Like, what do I got to prove? I don't got anything to prove to you. Get out of my face. Look, Mr. Rogers is actually a fantastic model of masculinity, of what it means to be a masculine man, because he never tore anyone else down to make himself feel better. The man was secure in himself and never felt the need to prove how strong and masculine he was. He also used his power and his privilege as a white man to try to help other people. That's what being masculine is all about. That is secure. And it's the complete opposite of what a lot of these chuds like Stephen Miller are, okay? Now, AOC said that having secure men who aren't afraid of successful people around them, who are good fathers, who have strong values, that will help fight against authoritarianism and fight against the insecure masculinity that has infested the right. So now, of course, Stephen Miller was not happy about it, since he was, of course, called out and was literally made to watch her make fun of him on TV. Take a look.
Like, laugh at them. Laugh at them. I wish I had a hoodie on. I mean, are we trying to play sorority sister as elected official? I don't know. I was at a sorority over the weekend over in Texas. I felt like I was back at the sorority house, except they had more sense. Stephen, quick response.
Well, we knew that her brain didn't work. Now we know their eyes don't work. So I mean, she is a mess, right? What a train wreck. What a train wreck.
I think you should just get a hoodie.
It's great.
You should just wear a hoodie from now on and respond to her in a hoodie. It should be hoodie to hoodie. Stephen,
yes,
thank you so much. Yeah, go ahead.
I think the important point is that every time she's on TV, Republican approval ratings go up, Democrat approval ratings go down. That lady is a walking nightmare.
And you're about, I know you for 20 years. You're about 5'10", 11. About 5'10",
Yes.
so 4'10".
Yes.
I don't know what she can't say.
Okay. Yeah, but you know, she's not wearing a hoodie. Ha ha. Or I'm sorry, she's wearing a hoodie. She's not wearing a suit. No, she's got no brains. My feelings, not hurt at all. No. What a mess. Oh my gosh, she's such a mess. Really? Really? Okay. Now, AOC, of course, did respond to that. She said, I cannot believe they aired this and made him listen to it live. I'm crying. Now, look. What's funny is, as Laura Ingraham was desperately trying to make fun of her by, like, saying, oh, how she's wearing a hoodie. She looks like she's a member of a sorority. What? What, do you, like, wear a suit when you're at home? That's kind of weird, bro. A little strange. She was on her private, you know, she was on her Instagram at home. I don't know, weird. But anyway, he obviously didn't get her criticism of him, right? She called him a small man because of how he treats other people. Because you do not, you don't treat people like the way that Stephen Miller treats people if you were not if you were a strong person, okay? If you're an insecure, weak person, you would treat people the way that Stephen Miller treats other people. It's not about his height. It is about his insecurities. He is a small man. And again, he's got apparently got a lot of insecurities. Okay? Why do I say that? Again, because you do not get to be that hateful of a person if you're happy in life. If you're a secure person. I'm just saying. But why would Stephen Miller not be happy? He's got a really good position in the White House. I mean, Deputy Chief of Staff. He's pretty much giving orders when it comes to immigration. Okay? So he's a very big power broker. Why would he be unhappy? Because no one likes him. His own family hates him. Remember, Dr. David S. Glosser, who's a retired neuropsychologist in Pennsylvania, Stephen Miller's uncle, he absolutely dismantled him back in 2017. He wrote, there's a deep vein of hypocrisy running through the Trump administration, and my odious nephew, Stephen Miller, is the purest example of it. A classic propaganda ploy explained by Joseph Goebbels was to accuse those who revealed Nazi crimes of the same sins. In his case, Miller's sin is bigotry of the rankest kind by making white supremacist ideology the foundation of Trumpist immigration and asylum policy. Again, got his number back in 2017, and not much has changed today. All right. More recently on Inauguration Day, he posted this. The interregnum is over. No more acting as if everything will be okay. The country is in for a turbulent ride, if not a full-blown crash of democratic institutions. This should come as no surprise. Trump has assembled his core of oligarchs and ambitious sycophants, enabled by a lot of folks who are willing to sacrifice the great American enterprise of democracy in exchange for a 10% break on the price of gas. They and their children may find the bargain to have been a sucker's bet. You never fully know how valuable something is until you lose it. Now, that post got a lot of responses. One person wrote, it's absolutely disgusting, and the cruelty and glee by which they're going all about it is just plain evil. I'm sorry you're stuck being related to Stephen Miller because he's a depraved fiend. Glosser responded, agreed. Cruelty is and has always been the point. So, yeah, he agrees that his nephew, depraved fiend. Okay? But that's not all. Another one of Miller's relatives, his cousin this time, Elisa Kazmer, called Miller the face of evil. Damn. Now, this was after ICE had launched a crackdown in Los Angeles on Miller's orders. Again, because he is running a lot of these things. Okay? In fact, Kazmer had recalled babysitting an awkward, funny, needy middle child who loved to chase attention. who was always the sweetest with the littlest family members, and said, I am living with the deep pain of watching someone I once loved become the face of evil. I grieve what you've become, Stephen. I will never knowingly let evil into my life, no matter whose blood it carries, including my own. We celebrated holidays each year with the reminder to stand up and say never again. But what you are doing breaks that sacred promise. It breaks everything we were taught. How can you do to others what has been done to us? How can you wake up each day and repeat the cruelty that our people barely escaped from? Powerful words. Powerful words. Look, I gotta say, Thanksgiving is probably pretty awkward. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think anybody in Miller's family actually will even come to see him, much less break bread with him, okay? Which seems to happen a lot with these kinds of MAGA guys, okay? Where people will just stop seeing them because they're angry, they're hateful, and are just plain miserable to be around. I mean, who wants to be around that? And that's where the real loneliness epidemic is, okay? When you, with your abhorrent beliefs, chase everyone else away because of those beliefs, I mean, you know, that's why you're lonely. And then all you have left after you've chased everyone else out by being an odious person is other lonely, miserable, and odious people. And of course, you know, who wants to be around that? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.